Good early morning from the Hashknife. Well, let me set the scene for you. It's just a hair after 2 in the morning, and it's time for a Heifer Check. So I should wake you guys up every morning and do this with me. I'm only 29 years old, but I look like this because of things like this. So I'll show you what we do. First thing we're going to do is get ourselves out of that nice warm bed that's back there, and we're going to come over and we're going to look at a temperature. And that's what I like to see. At least it's not too far below freezing. 27 degrees at 2 in the morning, a little after 2, it's not bad. Could be worse. It kind of lets me know what's going on. I don't hear the wind blowing outside. I don't hear it raining. Of course, it would be odd if it was, but 27 degrees, we should maybe get some snow. And then I want to see what the wind is doing. And I've got a little special tool that I can look right from the house to do that. It's always good to kind of know what your elements are and what you're facing. So we've just got a few cows, or really the heifers are ones I'm really concerned about, first timers, that we're going to be taking a look at. Yep, it's dark out. Well, a little spotlight, flashlight, whatever means you've got. And it's got a little bit of snow coming down. It's not horrible. And see that windsock above the tractor there? Looking like it's pretty darn calm. So that's always a nice thing. I'll leave this outside light on. Take a look at what we got. I've got our hot box and a sled here to bring him in, and I've already got these gates set just in case I need to bring a heifer in. A couple ponies there, and here's our jugs. And just kind of keep an eye on what we need ahead of time, so that if you got a heifer that's in trouble, or you need to bring something in, that you're not monkeying around getting a bunch of stuff ready, and can just get right at it. All right, so everything looks good there. So we come back out and around, and I need to check a cow and a calf, heifer and a calf that I just brought in, and we'll take a look at her. And here's our bandit, the heifer checker. All right, we just walk around and got some electrical staked out from our last fiasco last fall. We're going to be changing a bunch of that up and getting some better electrical service in here. I can already see we got one up and a couple laid down. There's another laid down. Let's go take a closer look. This is really a pretty nice morning to do this. There's no snow on the ground, and it is relatively nice. So everybody's laid down. I've got no chance of tipping most of them over. And this girl here, I think, is going to be our last one to calve for our heifers. We're just down to the last 4. And I'm looking at things and just how they're acting. They're restless, and she's pretty good. I'm looking at that bag. She's not starting to feel any milk yet, really, just barely showing. And look at her hind end. You can see this girl here is getting a little off by herself. She's got a nest built in here, and that's just more by moving around, I think, than anything. But hi, good morning, honey. And she's starting to bag up a little bit, and and looking at the top of her hips, right there by her tail, to see if it's starting to sink in a little bit. Those ligaments have loosened. You got a little bit of a divot there, which is no big surprise. And I'm looking at her hind end, at the vulva, making sure that we're not seeing any discharge yet. This girl's really close, but she's been telling me she's been close for 2 weeks. She's killing me. Really nice, large bag, really filled up and ready. She's just starting to get a little discharge here on her hind end, so she's getting close too. And this one right there, she's really bagging up, and see that as well. This girl's gonna be her, she's a little smaller cow, be her first time, but look at that bag is really getting tight, and she's what we call springing. That vulva is really loosened up, and I think she's going to be very close as well. I think she's having a contraction or two at times, because she knows how she's licking her sides. A little bit of lick marks. So is she. I think that's just them responding to ouch, really. So these girls are all okay right now. So not a big deal. We'll go and take a look at this problem that we had here the other day, though. Had one of them calve right here in this pen, which is what we want. But I got out here just in time. There we go. Here comes Bandit. She's gonna help me out. This dang cat. But I saw a calf and a cow, or heifer, and they were separated by this gate. She had it in here, right over here, and pushed this calf all the way underneath of this fence, and could just barely get to her. Well, the problem with it was that she was acting just exactly like a first time, like a yearling heifer. Now these are all coming 3-year-old heifers. We wait a year to breed them because of the maturity is a little better, and they tend to take their calves, but sometimes they also act just like a yearling or a 2-year-old heifer when you're bred as a yearling. And here she is here. Here's a calf. And sorry, yeah, you don't like that light either, but you know, she's really was abusive to this calf. I mean, she was getting underneath of it and picking it up and throwing it and mauling it and pushing it with her head. I thought she was going to kill it. So one of those responses that, you know, she knows what hurt her, but she doesn't understand why. And so I brought him in, got him in the jug in there, and I had to put her in the head catch and get her to stand nice and still while we got Junior here, this little heifer, to nurse for a few times. But she was really mad, really honky, and she's wanting to take me. So I didn't get any film on that because this little heifer was, I mean, she literally was in danger. So it was a matter of me getting to her, saving her, and saving her from her mother. But now she has really calmed down and taken this calf. And you see, you can't really tell here. She's not going to let me get in here, but there we go. Yeah, she hasn't nursed lately. It doesn't look like. You can see sometimes that hair around the nipples are wet or disturbed or kind of dried up, curled. Yeah, it's been a little while. So, but this calf is doing really well. And knows how she'll come up and take her. See if we can get her up. Come on, little one. Come on, kiddo. Get yourself up. There we go. Yeah, I know. If I get up, everybody gets up. And you got the cutest little face. All right. She's like, why are you doing this? That was nice and relaxed. Felt good. I just kind of push her around, give her the idea. She might be hungry, and There you go. Look at that cow's gonna talk to her a little bit. She says, while I'm up, I'm gonna get me some warm milk. I see that cow shaking her head a little bit. At least she's protective of the calf now. And this is a whole lot different story than it was the other night. I didn't know if this calf was going to make it. She was limping on a foot, actually a shoulder, because this cow had banged her around. I mean, she literally was throwing her ahead of her and just kept pushing her hard, hitting her with her head and banging her into things. I mean, you just crush her. So I've kept her up close. It's been a couple days now, and she's doing much, much better. So there we go. Yeah, that's a mother's love right there. And that cow doesn't like me because she literally had to be smacked on the nose. I had to bang on her a little bit to get her to leave this calf alone because she was going to kill it. But now she understands a little bit more. She's calm, and calf is still trying to wake up just like the rest of us. All right, well, that's our heifer check. Pretty quick, not much to it, but there's a coffee pot in there that's ready to go just in case. And you never know what's going to happen. I might come out here on a quick check like this and takes 10-15 minutes to look things around. And the other thing that could happen is it might take the rest of the night. I might be out here trying to pull a calf, or if I see somebody in trouble, and I'm not going to intervene until I have to. But when I do, you're in it for the duration. You got to make sure that whatever you're going to do is going to be there to help them. And it could take quite a while. So I may watch one if we get some feet starting to emerge, or I see one that I'm going to start the timer and give it an hour or so. And if they have progressed, then I just let them progress. But I'm going to keep checking on them. And if not, then we got to get them inside in the jug and pull a calf and try to help them out. So this is what makes the calving season so long at times, when these heifers need to be checked like this every 4 hours or so, 3 hours, or even sooner when they start. But tonight I get to go back in, and I get to start the story over with a warm bed again. So this is good. I don't even have to take a cat nap in a easy chair or anything. I can just go right on in and go back to sleep for a couple hours. Well, thanks for joining us.